In the sacred land of Kurukshetra, where Dharma and Adharma prepare to clash, the great war of Mahabharata is about to begin. This is not just a battle of kingdoms, but a battle of principles, of righteousness, ego, duty, and choice. Welcome to the timeless wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita. We begin with Chapter 1, Arjuna Vishada Yoga, the yoga of Arjuna's despair. In the first 12 verses, the scene is set. The players take the stage, and the spiritual war begins. Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 1 Verse 1, Dhritarashtra uvacha dharmakshetre kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsava mamaka pandavashchaiva kimakurvata Sanjaya. Dhritarashtra said, O Sanjaya, assembled in the holy land of Kurukshetra and desiring to fight, what did my sons and the sons of Pandu do? This verse marks the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita. King Dhritarashtra, who is blind and unable to witness the battlefield himself, asks his charioteer Sanjaya about the events taking place in Kurukshetra. The battlefield is referred to as a Dharma Kshetra, or the field of righteousness, symbolizing that this is not just a war of weapons, but also a battle of principles. The king subtly expresses his concern and curiosity about the behavior of both his sons, the Kauravas, and the Pandavas, who are his nephews. This opening verse sets the stage for the entire Gita. It hints at the moral and emotional conflict brewing even before the first arrow is released. Dhritarashtra's question is more than just about action, it is about intention, dharma, and destiny. And so the spiritual dialogue begins. Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 1 Verse 2, Sanjaya uvacha drishtva tu pandavanikam vyudam duryodanastada, acharyamupasangamya rajavachanam abravit. Sanjaya said, at that time, seeing the Pandava army arranged in military formation, King Duryodhana approached his teacher Dronacharya and spoke the following words. Sanjaya now begins narrating the events of the battlefield to Dhritarashtra. Upon observing the well-organized army of the Pandavas, Duryodhana, the Kaurava prince, becomes alert. He quickly walks up to his teacher, Dronacharya, the royal guru, to speak with him. His action shows the seriousness of the situation and hints at a mix of concern and strategy forming in his mind. This verse introduces us to Duryodhana's state of mind. He is cautious, perhaps even anxious, after witnessing the strong formation of the Pandavas. Turning to his teacher for counsel highlights the respect for tradition, but also his desire for reassurance and strategic guidance. The atmosphere of war is intensifying. Bhagavad Gita Chapter 1 Verse 3, Pashyaitam Pandu Putranam Acharya Mahatim Chamum Vyudham Drupada Putrena Tava Shishena Dimata. Behold, O teacher, this mighty army of the sons of Pandu, arrayed by the son of Drupada, your wise disciple. Here, Duryodhana is speaking to Dronacharya. He points out the impressive formation of the Pandava army, led by Drishtadyumna, the son of King Drupada. There's a hint of sarcasm or subtle provocation, as Drishtadyumna was once born from fire with the purpose of killing Dronacharya. Yet he was trained by Drona himself. Duryodhana emphasizes this irony, calling him a wise student, perhaps to stir emotion or question loyalty. This verse reveals Duryodhana's cunning nature. While admiring the enemy's strength, he simultaneously tries to unnerve his teacher by reminding him of the betrayal by his own former student. It reflects the psychological warfare already at play, before the real battle has even begun. Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 1, Verse 4, Atra Shura Maheshvasa Bhimarjuna Samayudhi Yuyudhano Viratascha, Drupadascha Maharatha. Here in this army, there are many heroic bowmen equal in battle to Bhima and Arjuna, great fighters like Yuyudhana, Virata, and the mighty charioteer Drupada. Continuing his address to Dronacharya, Duryodhana starts listing the notable warriors on the Pandava side. He emphasizes their skill in archery and valor in war, comparing them to Bhima and Arjuna, the two strongest Pandava brothers. Warriors like Yuyudhana, also known as Satyaki, Virata, and Drupada, are highlighted as Maharathas, great chariot warriors capable of fighting thousands of opponents. This verse adds to the growing tension in Duryodhana's speech. It shows that he is keenly aware of the formidable strength of the Pandava army. His recognition of these warriors' capabilities, whether out of fear or respect, reveals the psychological preparation for the battle ahead. The war is not just of strength, but of strategy and nerves. Bhagavad Gita Chapter 1 Verse 5, Trishtaketushchekitana Kashirajascha Viryavan Purujit Kuntibojascha Shaibyascha Narapungava. There are also mighty warriors like Drishtaketu, Chekitana, the valiant king of Kashi, Purujit, Kuntiboja, and Shaibya, the best among men. Duryodhana continues naming the powerful warriors aligned with the Pandavas. These names include respected kings and princes, known for their courage and fighting prowess. By calling Shaibya a Narapungava, meaning the best among men, Duryodhana emphasizes the heroic status of these allies. His growing list is a sign of the deep respect or subtle fear he holds toward the Pandava army's strength. This verse reflects the diversity and strength of the Pandava forces. Each warrior mentioned carries with him a history of valor and loyalty. Duryodhana's words further intensify the tension in the narrative, as the battlefield is populated not just with numbers, but with legends. Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 1 verse 6, Yudhamanyushcha Vikranta Utamaujascha Viryavan Saubhadro Draupadayascha Sarva Eva Maharatha. There are also the courageous Yudhamanyu, the valiant Utamaujas, the son of Subhadra, Abhimanyu, and the sons of Draupadi, all mighty chariot warriors. Duryodhana wraps up his list of Pandava warriors by naming a few more notable heroes. Yudhamanyu and Utamaujas were key protectors of Arjuna's chariot. Abhimanyu, the young but fearless son of Arjuna and Subhadra, is acknowledged for his remarkable bravery. Draupadi's 5 sons, one from each Pandava brother, are also included, all referred to as Maharathas, meaning they are capable of holding their own against many warriors in battle. This verse highlights the completeness and strength of the Pandava army, not only seasoned kings and warriors, but also the next generation of heroes. Duryodhana's detailed mention shows both respect and the gravity of the challenge he faces. The war is not only vast in scale, but also rich in valor on both sides. Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 1 verse 7, Asmakam tu vishishta yatani bodha dvijottama nayaka, mama sanyasya sanjanartham tanbravimite. But for your information, O best of the Brahmins, let me tell you about the most distinguished leaders of my army. After listing the mighty warriors on the Pandava side, Duryodhana now shifts focus to his own army. He addresses Dronacharya respectfully as Dvijottama, meaning best among the twice-born, or the learned Brahmins. Duryodhana now prepares to list the key generals and warriors from the Kaurava side, as if to reassure himself and his teacher of their own strength. This verse marks a turning point in Duryodhana's speech, from acknowledging the strength of the Pandavas to affirming the power within his own ranks. It's both a strategic and psychological move to instill confidence, signaling that while the opposition is formidable, the Kaurava army is no less mighty. Bhagavad Gita Chapter 1 verse 8, Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha Kripascha Samitinjaya Ashvathama Vikarnascha Samadatis Tathaivacha. Yourself, Bhishma, Karna Kripa the conqueror in battle, Ashvathama, Vikarna, and also the son of Somadatta. These are the distinguished warriors on our side. Duryodhana begins listing the great warriors from his own army. He starts with Dronacharya himself, followed by legendary fighters like Bhishma, the grandsire, Karna, the mighty archer and loyal friend, Kripa, the wise and seasoned warrior, Ashwathama, the fierce son of Drona, Vikarna, Duryodhana's own brother, and Saumadati, also known as Bhurishrava. All of these men are experienced and battle-hardened heroes. In this verse, Duryodhana seeks to balance the psychological scales. After acknowledging the strength of the Pandavas, he now takes pride in his own warriors. These aren't just names, they represent loyalty, power, and heritage. By naming these men, Duryodhana reinforces his own morale and that of his teacher, placing trust in the legacy and strength of his commanders. Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 1 verse 9, Anyecha bahava shura madarte tyakta jivita nana shastra praharana sarve yuddha visharada. There are also many other heroic warriors, all prepared to give up their lives for my sake. Armed with various weapons, they are all well skilled in the art of warfare. Duryodhana continues to build up the strength of his army in front of Dronacharya. Beyond the elite warriors already named, he mentions many more brave souls who are willing to sacrifice their lives for his cause. These fighters are not only loyal, but are also well versed in the use of multiple weapons, making them fierce and competent opponents on the battlefield. This verse reflects Duryodhana's growing confidence, or perhaps his desperate need to feel secure in the face of the formidable Pandava force. He underscores not just numbers, but devotion and expertise. This declaration sets the tone. This is not just a battle for land or power. It is a battle where warriors are ready to die for their beliefs and loyalties. Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 1 verse 10, Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishmabhirakshitam paryaptam tvidamitation balam bhimabhirakshitam. Our strength guarded by Bhishma is unlimited, but the strength of the Pandavas, protected by Bhima, is limited. Here, Duryodhana is making a bold comparison between the two armies. He declares that his own forces, under the command and protection of Bhishma, the oldest and wisest warrior on the field, are boundless. In contrast, he tries to diminish the Pandava side by saying their strength, led by Bhima, is limited. Whether this is true confidence or wishful thinking is open to interpretation. This verse offers a glimpse into Duryodhana's mindset. He seeks to reassure himself and boost morale. His words may reflect pride, but they also hint at the psychological war already underway. Despite having named many strong warriors on both sides, he now attempts to tip the balance in his favor by elevating Bhishma above Bhima. The drama of the battlefield continues to rise. Bhagavad Gita Chapter 1, verse 11, Ayaneshu cha sarveshu yata bhagamavastita, Bhishmameva bhirakshantu bhavanta sarva eva. He therefore, all of you positioned in your respective strategic points, should give full support to grandfather Bhishma alone. Duryodhana, aware of the crucial role Bhishma plays in the war, instructs all his commanders to give their utmost support and protection to him. He wants every soldier and warrior in every division of the army to prioritize defending Bhishma. This shows how deeply Duryodhana values Bhishma, not just for his martial skill, but for the morale and symbolism he brings to the Kaurava side. This verse underscores Bhishma's central importance to the Kaurava strategy. Duryodhana is practically placing all his hopes on the grandsire's leadership. His command also reflects an early sign of anxiety. He knows the Pandava forces are strong and wants to ensure his strongest asset is shielded. It sets the stage for the gravity and respect Bhishma commands in this great war. Bhagavad Gita Chapter 1 verse 12, Tasya Sanjanayan Harsham Kuru Vridha Pitamaha Simhanadam Vinadyochai Shankam Dadma Pratapavan. Then, to uplift Duryodhana's spirits, the glorious grandsire of the Kuru dynasty, Bhishma, roared like a lion and blew his conch shell powerfully. This verse marks a dramatic moment on the battlefield. Seeing Duryodhana's inner unease, Bhishma, the mighty elder of the Kuru clan, takes charge. He blows his conch with the roar of a lion, a gesture meant to boost the confidence of his army and signal the beginning of the epic war. His act is not just about war protocol, but a message. I, Bhishma, am ready. Bhishma's powerful conch blast serves as both a battle cry and a reassurance. It awakens courage, pride, and intensity in the Kaurava ranks. This single moment captures the shift from words to action. No more diplomacy, no more strategy talks. Only the sound of war thundering through the air.